r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What was ruined because of September 11th? Turn of the millennium optimism. Kinda funny how COVID did the same thing. I thought 2020 was gonna be such a cool year. Quick airline travel. People would often show up 30 minutes or so before a flight and be able to board on time. Remember non-passengers getting to the gate to see people off or meet them off the plane. Watching The Lord of the Rings, you might notice that the destruction of the Barad-dûr, Sauron's tower, at the end isn't a particularly epic special effect. The thing kind of keels over sideways and then explodes. The Barad-dûr is a tall, thin tower nearly a mile high in Tolkien's world. The special effects team at Weta Workshop had its collapse all planned and modeled out and then realized with horror that it looked exactly like the collapse of the Twin Towers in New York. Remember that the final movie came out in 2003 and the special effects team were working of the effects in mid-2002, only months after the attack. Too soon for sure. So a guy named Gray Horsefield, great name, took home a workstation over the 2002 holiday break and reanimated the entire tower collapse himself so it didn't look so depressingly familiar. The final result looks fine as an effects shot, but it doesn't get much screen time and it's not particularly realistic. We can all see that it doesn't look realistic because, unfortunately, we've all seen what a tall tower looks like when it collapses. There was a petition to rename the two towers, but thankfully the studio declined to. Yeah, censoring any potential reference to 9/11 is kinda the antithesis of never forget. Spider-Man was also affected by this. In the original trailer he shoots a giant net between the two towers. Casually driving over the border from Canada. We used to go to the United States all the time to buy stuff or just hang out. It was no big deal back then. You didn't even need ID. You got more of a hassle coming back because the border guard wanted to catch you trying to bring stuff back without paying duty. Now it takes much longer unless you have Nexus. Big kids, teenagers, don't usually have theirs. I don't think my kids will ever head down to go to the mall for instance. Kinda sucks. The United States feels more foreign now. National news coverage. The crawler only appeared during major events or simultaneous big stories. It never went away after 9/11. Breaking news became huge after 9/11. For a short time, it was reserved for stuff that was actually big, now it's like. Breaking news, Kim Kardashian goes braless at gala. Lots of people's birthday celebrations. Air travel, civil liberties, global perception of the United States, and the Twin Towers. September 11th didn't ruin our global reputation. We did that one ourselves. Nothing about the Iraq War or a 20-year occupation of Afghanistan was inevitable in the wake of 9/11. I can't overemphasize the amount of love the world showed us after 9/11. We completely squandered that support by starting a war with the wrong people over BS lies. Freedom from fear. A lot of kids whose parents transitioned to a fear-based parenting style following 9/11 now employ that same style with their own children. And if you were in the DC area and had to deal with the sniper the following year, your parents went a special kind of crazy. Our overall idea of Middle Eastern people. I once overheard two girls on a bus talking about this guy one of them was dating. They were joking, but it was also a bit sad. From the Middle East? What does he look like? You can say he looks standard with a beard and all. OMG, are you dating a terrorist? Civil liberty or right to privacy because of the Patriot Act. Catching joyride with the pilots in the jump seats. Oh, those were the days. I was 14 the summer of 2001 and my family took a trip to Europe. Being 14 and a nerd, I bought a sword. Carried it on the plane home. Security guy asked, "What's in the box?" I said, "It's a sword." He said, "Sweet," and gave me a fist bump. This was like 2 months before 9/11. I'm a cellist and I've traveled internationally with my instrument. The end pin and bow cause such issues at security. And sometimes even if you buy a whole ass seat for your cello, they still kick you off the plane. Mental health. This is just a theory, but I do truly believe it. I think 9/11 rapidly spurred the cell phone industry. I remember by the start of school in 2002, nearly every kid in my class had a cell phone. Previously, very few did. I firmly believe that the events of 9/11 drove a need to be connected to loved ones. The rest is history. The impact of smartphone social media on our mental health is well documented. I don't think that the industry wouldn't exist or have evolved the way it did without 9/11, but I do believe it drove rapid change, and even more rapid adoption, which ultimately put us where we are now with cell phones. The perception of regular Muslims. I was in junior high in the DC area when 9/11 happened. One of my best friends had recently moved to the United States from a Muslim country. Before 9/11, kids would make fun of him for being foreign, and that was it. Cruel, but no different than say my Korean or Vietnamese friends. After 9/11, it was so much worse. Very tragic. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.